Okay. Well, the farmer, what they can have, what they're going to do is, let's start from the beginning. We're going to take and give the farmers a joint venture. That joint venture is going to set them up well. And it's going to organize them to where they don't have to pay for the seeds. When they don't have to pay for seeds, we don't have to worry about fertilizer, insecticide, any kind of chemicals, because we cannot put chemicals on this product. The idea would be to continue to move, and the next phase would be the grow. The farmer needs to put the seed into the ground with a wheat drill or a soybean drill. Then we
Most
have,
farmers have that, right?
pardon me,
Most farmers have those little seeding contraptions.
yes. The other situation is we need to, after we do, the farmer does the grow, it's time to cut. And when it comes time to cut, he's got somebody has the system on. Um, when it comes time to cut, he's got to let it lay in the ground a little while. He's got a double cut as well. Double cutting and takes the tops of the flowers off. He's able to save the seeds for his plant next season. Then the stalk to the ground is laid on the laid as it's cut for a few days. Has to dry out a little bit. Then he goes back with a hay baler, bales it up, gets me 1,000, gets me the 1,000 pound bales, and we just roll with it. We come and get it, we weigh it. Like I said, Green Buffalo takes care of that, and we get it to the rail yards and get it shipped. And in that situation, the farmer does have all of his paperwork, all of his documentation that shows that his contract was fulfilled for that season. So what's next? What do we go with next? We go with, how does the farmer get to this point? The farmer has to go to www.fordbiofuel.com. And in fordbiofuel.com, he's going to look at two things, right? He's going to go to learn more at the bottom of the page, um, fill out that information. It'll submit. We'll get in touch with him within 1 or 2 business days. And then it just rolls from there.
So a conventional farmer has existing infrastructure that can plug and play into your program. Would you
Correct.
concur?
Yes.
And the double cutter is something that um, is something that's normal and easily accessible.
Absolutely. If not, we can work it out with John Deere to get him one.
That's right. So there's a solution for every farmer out there that wants to engage with Ford Biofuel, and the collective on this radio show are the team members, the leaders, and the champions that are the navigators through this program. And we're talking about state level engagement all the way down through the seed to sale, ancillary, tertiary services that the farmers need to grow strong and grow with a purpose. It's really a fun time to be alive in America.
Yeah, it actually is. What's going to happen is that we're growing so fast. We get a lot of feedback, and the idea would be to completely, not to take over the market, but we know the farmers are going to come, and they're going to enjoy what they're doing with us. The idea is to make it life a little bit more easier, make it financially capable for the farmer to actually survive, put his kid into college instead of keeping him at home on the farm. I mean, it's a sad, sad situation when the farmer is the guy we need the most, and unfortunately, he doesn't make enough money to support his kid to go to college. So this is another fight that we have to assess.
And you're not saying this lightly. You guys, the listening audience, I'm sure many that are in the farming industry understand that the suicide rate is is not good. It is higher than the average citizen, and we have to just say it and help people understand that we're here for you. And this is a safe harbor. We are here to protect and promote the farmer. They need the right wage. We need to be setting this so that the farmer does get to grow on a global marketplace level so that they are growing along with your other farmers in Colombia growing. This is a global initiative because you don't have enough farmers farming at this point for the amount of sales agreements that you have. That's the bottom line. And there's farmers out there in foreclosure that need hope, they need help, and this is the safe harbor right here, this collective. And that's what anyone listening, whether you're a farmer or not, you can share this message because this is it. We have a solution.
Hey, I just got the YouTube link up, by the way. Sorry. I was working on getting
Well,
our.
that's good.
We're going to get maxed out here soon with all of the listeners, right? So I'm trying to get another avenue of people to be able to go listen to us online. But if you guys go to
Called it.
youtube.com and search Hemp Radio Live, just search that link in youtube.com and you should be able to hear a live stream from us.
Well, that's cool. Thanks for sharing that. That's
No problem.
good. Would we like to talk to Kim Grubbs, who's in the Mississippi Delta? There's a lot of
Absolutely. We got
wonderful
him fixed
going
finally. Yeah, bring him
on.
on. Hey, Kim.
Miss Delta Hemp.
Hey guys, how are y'all doing today?
We are well, thank you. How are you?
Super.
I'm doing well. Happy to be here. Happy to talk to everybody that's listening.
Super happy to have you too, buddy.
So I want to build upon the message of Camden just a little bit and say what is happening simultaneously on the state level in Mississippi. And I'm going to piggyback on what you guys were just talking about, and that is about the level of opportunity there is, even if you're not a farmer. And the situation in Mississippi right now is that we can't grow hemp. We do have a bill before our legislature that hopefully is going to be successful, but right now we cannot grow. So I've been looking at alternatives about how to support the industry and how the industry can support Mississippi. And one of the things that I want to do is to let Mississippi be the epicenter of processing, manufacturing, and distribution for the industry that surrounds us. The surrounding states all are growing hemp, but they don't have what's missing, which is the farmer support. So when you get the information, Mark, you and I have already agreed that anybody that's in this region that I can get to within a day's drive, I'll go and meet them face to face and offer them whatever it is they're interested in at whatever level, and then we'll take it from there.
Kim, you're going to
and
Camden
then we
for us,
won't-
aren't you?
I'm sorry?
You're
Go
going to
ahead.
Camden for us, aren't you?
I am.
Yeah, you're going to go see Cedric.
Yeah, I will do that. Just as soon as Cedric invites me to come up there and they get their town meeting behind them, I want to support them in every way that I can.
Absolutely. We are 100% behind this little city. We're so happy to have you.
Yeah. So, Mississippi has got a huge agricultural infrastructure that really is decimated, and it can be revived. And that's really what I'm most interested in, and also finding out what we have got in place right now. And as y'all know, we found a processing plant in the state that's interested in expanding their operations and doing business with Ford Biofuels. And we found a young man who has a biofuel processing facility, and that's about all we can say about it right now. Mark's already mentioned it. But if we can secure a venture with him, then his plant will be revived and biofuel will be being processed in the state of Mississippi. So that's what's going on here.
The idea is to work with Kim and the people in Mississippi and in Arkansas. The really cool thing about what's happening with Mississippi and Arkansas and Alabama is that it's one conglomerate. We can just move everything across the board right there, just like a shuffleboard. And we found a refinery in Mississippi, and by golly, I get goosebumps when I think that we're that close to start running fuel. I am so
I know.
excited.
Me too.
But we have
Me
to have,
too.
I have to give Kim the credit for that, right? And thank you, Kim, for getting us set up with that. God, let's get it done.
Thank
I
you,
know you're going
Kim.
there tomorrow. And I mean, I could go on and on about that, but I'm so
Mark,
excited
talk
about
about
that.
it. Talk about biofuel. Can you just educate the listening audience on, your background in biofuel, your grandpappy's background in biofuel? If people didn't know what Henry Ford was doing back in the day, I think this is a perfect
Well, let me
moment to
explain about Henry
share.
Ford. What he did was is he created a fuel out of hemp. And what happened was, for example, at that time, back in the early 1900s, it was called Standard Oil. There was no BP, there was no Texaco, there was no Shell. It was Standard Oil. Standard Oil controlled it all, every bit of it, and it was a big conglomerate owned by the Rockefellers, believe it or not. Well, what happened was Henry Ford decided, well, we can make some really cool hemp whiskey out of this, right? And wait a second, hemp whiskey burns. If it burns, it'll go through a carburetor. What he had in the Model T was a flathead 6. And a flathead 6, if you guys don't know, is a flathead 6-cylinder straight inline engine. Believe it or not, a flathead 6, an inline engine, a 6-cylinder, is when it's in line, it has more power than it does as a V. Why? I don't know. I'm not an engineer, but it just does. So anyway, what he did was because at that moment in time when cars were created, it was a vacuum carburetor. They didn't have computer ignitions or anything like that. Some of these cars you had to get out front and crank it just to get the car to start. And I believe that was a Model B. But the idea was that the hemp fuel went into this carburetor, burned like regular gasoline. And what the people don't know is that fuel, compared to Standard Oil's fuel, right, increased the mileage of the car exponentially. Now, as for how far it increased the miles, I can't tell you. I don't know. I just know the story that it did increase the miles. So what happened? Standard Oil got a hold of the government, and I forget the name of the guy who was in charge of narcotics at that time, because the narcotics division, there was no such thing as the DEA back then. It was like a narcotics division of the FBI.
Was it Anslinger?
It could have been.
It was
The name
Anslinger.
escapes me at the
Yes,
moment.
it was Amslinger.
It was that what
That's
it
who it
was?
was, Mark.
Hemslinger. Okay. Yeah, that does sound right. So what happened was they actually went to Henry Ford and said, "Look, cease and desist, or your silly ass is going to jail." And he said, "Why? We're not. This is hemp. This is not CBD or THC or marijuana." But then again, back then they didn't know what CBD and THC was to split a nail. They had no clue. All they saw was a pot leaf. And I mean, even though the industrial hemp has the same kind of flowering, it's not THC or CBD. But they didn't care. The biggest reason was is that it put a big hit on Standard Oil, and Standard Oil had to back out. Or excuse me, Henry Ford had to back out, and otherwise they were going to put him in jail. Okay, let's go forward a few years. Okay, if I can't create biofuel from it, I'm going to create fiberglass or body parts for cars from it. And somewhere online, you'll see a picture of the great great granddad, right, taking a sledgehammer to the back of one of his cars, right, and it didn't even break the damn or dent. It didn't do. It was so strong. Okay, AK Steel got involved after that. Wait a minute, he's going to cause a problem with our steel industry. We make the body parts here, right? So the government come down on him again. You do this again, your ass is going to jail. So unfortunately, after that, it was considered a Schedule 3 narcotic and deemed illegal to grow anywhere in the United States. And we have Henry Ford to thank for that, but now we have Mark Ford to thank for bringing the fuel back. And that's what we're going to do with my team with Green Buffalo, with the team with United Biofuel, with African Biofuel, with IT Holdings, all of the companies that we're signed with, the aviation groups, the company that's building the engines for us. We are all coming back and we're going to show that since you legalized it, then we're going to come back and do it again. And this time you can't stop us because you guys are the ones that legalized it, not us.
Well, now the shackles are off. Our farmers can. It's now a race. You know, we can be a part of that marathon and that global economy that is existent right now that we can get into.
Absolutely.
So,
So what we got to
so
do, Amy, is
can
we got
you?
to get the people together, the farmers together, and everybody online with us and in sync with us of what we're doing. Because
I
the
know.
amount of property, Thomas, how much property you think you've got for us to start farming for you guys here in the next few months?
Well, I'll tell you, we've been getting calls for quite some time now, and we could probably put around 30 million acres together from Kentucky, Tennessee, Missouri, Washington State, Colorado, Texas, and probably more, to be quite frank, and especially with the agreements and everything that we have in place for these farmers. They haven't had an offer like this before. They only had promise. We have offers, and so this is something that we have very confident in being able to execute on a level that we've never been able to execute on before.
So 30, you're saying it's very close to 30 million acres, not hectares, but acres. That
30
is
million acres.
okay. 30 million
30
acres
million
would
acres.
supply 80 or 90 of my contracts, believe it or not, and that's really great. Obviously, we're going to need more, but that is a good start. We do have one farm in Iowa that might be coming online with 1 million acres. We have we have farms in where's the other one at? Oh yeah, in Arkansas, Alabama, Mississippi. As soon as they're legal, I will probably scoop them all up. And the Kims down there had leading the flag, waving the flag on that one. And we understand that Mississippi will soon be able to grow hemp there. And what the idea would be is for us to stand in the way there and say, hey, farmers, wait, before you grow that CBD, look what happened last year or the year before that. You need to look at Ford Biofuel and what we're doing to keep the farmers from falling into that slump. The hole that all the farmers fell into last year of growing CBD was horrible. It put them almost out of business. Some farms are in jeopardy right now. And that's why Ford Biofuel is stepping in and trying to save these farms. And just like I said earlier in our first half, we were able to save 2 farms, only 6,000 acres, but 6,000 acres is nothing to shake a stick at. That's a big property, right? But
Mark would have done it for one.
I'm
That's
sorry?
the cool thing. You would have done it for 1 acre. You would have made the phone call for one.
I would have made the phone call for one. I'm not trying to say it's about the acreage, right? It was only
Right.
6,000 acres. But if a farmer say, hey, Mark, I got 5 acres over here, they're going to take it. I got everything I need to grow. Can we do that? And I'll call. Of course, I'll do what I can. I will do everything I can to save that guy's farm. But the idea was with Cedric. Hey, Cedric, you still online? Cedric.
I'm sure he is.
Okay. Cedric, we looked at Cedric in Camden, and the farmer to get a grow license in Camden, Arkansas, is $200 annually. I
Yes,
understand it was annually, right?
yes, $200 annually.
Annually, yeah. So I'm really thinking about we're looking at doing helping the farmers with that project because $200 is school clothes, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
For some people,
Mm-hmm.
that's school clothes for the whole year. So
Right.
I'm thinking, well, maybe Ford Biofuel can step in and help the farmers with that license, right? Since we're going to be doing the growing and we're having them grow for us, we should help them with the license also. Now, some farms and around the other parts of the United States, like I don't think Colorado even needs one, does it?
That's a good question.
No, as far as a license for hemp,
Yes, sir.
well, what I have discovered in my research is that most of these states that already have recreational hemp just comes along with it since it's lesser THC value than your marijuana. Hemp was a foregone conclusion to just throw that into the mix. So what we have here in Camden, we have medical marijuana, and with the Farm Bill in 18 coming on, many of the farmers here were inquisitive about it, but they didn't go into the process of getting the license. But this time around, there's far more farmers that have been educated greatly to you all's effort, and since we have been collaborating, I believe that the farmers here in Camden and across Arkansas, there'll be a lot of applications completed this time around with the Arkansas Plant Board.
Okay.
So I believe you have the exact formula to make hemp
I have the
and
exact
the
formula.
industry.
Exactly.
Yes, make hemp the entire industry be a top industry here in the United States as you are doing down in Colombia.
Exactly. Well, but for those of you who are listening and don't know where I'm at, I am actually in Bogota, Colombia. I'm down here with my wife running this company down here. And she's right now in Miami organizing part of the company up there as well. And we're actually expanding and we're getting bigger and we're getting bigger and we're getting bigger. Um, Guys, the idea is to put all the farmers together. We're going to work as one big team, and to do a project this big, you have to put the right people in place around you. I'm the first person who can stand up and say, "Hey, listen, I may be Ford Biofuel, but I cannot do this by myself." Right? I'm not crazy enough to take this on by myself. That's why I have these. That's why I have the United Biofuel, Green Buffalo, IT Holdings, South African Biofuel, right? I have these other groups working with me to put this together and make it as large as possible, where we can be within the law, but unstoppable. Guys, I got to go to a commercial. I'll be right back with my team. All right, guys.
You guys, that was a really good segment.
Yeah, I agree.
Hey, I got it working on YouTube, guys.
So for
You
the
guys,
Oh,
growers
nice.
fee
you
in
guys
Kentucky,
blindsided me again.
Got to, Cedric.
You caught me with a sandwich in my mouth.
Was it a Big Mac?
Yeah,
It wasn't a fried
just
okra
want to let you
sandwich,
guys
was it?
know, our growers fee was $400 for Kentucky for our industrial hemp license.
How much is it?
Wow.
It was $400
A year
for our
or
growers
I think
annually
we're
or
the
5
cheapest in the
years or what?
nation.
a year.
A year, okay.
Hey, Mark,
I think we'll do the same
is
thing, Kentucky, Amy. Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing.
is Paul McCartney coming on? Did you get any word?
I haven't got nothing back from those guys, so I don't see it this time. It was such short notice
Okay.
anyway. I didn't think it would happen.
Okay.
I wish.
Well, did you give him the
So,
international number?
He's got all the numbers. They got all 12 of them.
You told your listening audience last night that he was coming on. So.
Well, unfortunately, I mean, I could come out and say it, but I don't think I'm going to. I'm not going to say it, I'm just going to let it go.
No.
And that was all. Those are
Well,
all military, and they don't care about Paul McCartney, man.
I think maybe Willie Nelson would be another story.
Yeah, that'd be another story.
Amy, Do you feel like circling back around and talking about Anslinger in some way, just to link link Henry Ford and the drug war and all that at the same time with how this is going to eventually interest us in prison reform?
We
Or
only
do you want
have
to do the
like
whole segment on
20
that
minutes
sometime?
left.
Okay, that'd be a whole show.
What else do we need to cover
Mhm.
that we haven't yet?
I'm sorry?
I don't know if anyone's mentioned the fact that we're going to be supplying the biofuel to the farmers for their tractors and equipment, and so they're
Yes.
essentially growing their own fuel.
Yeah.
That's right.
Which,
Mark
another-
could go through again what's going to be offered in the programs, and I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, we're gonna
Electricity
have
being
to.
a byproduct.
That's the we're gonna have to do where to go again on the web, the phone numbers, the email addresses, all the questions you can send to that location. It's ours is negocia at fordbiofuel.com, and I'll figure it out here. But I got like a whole bunch of phone numbers to tell people to write down, right, to get them online with us.
Yeah, I think it's really, really cool that you talked about your granddad.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
yeah,
I,
absolutely.
I think going back to the biofuel and that you'll be fueling infrastructure, on the farm,
Mm-hmm.
that is going to be yeah. And when you do that, you might want to go into the delineation of these patents from my granddad and go into the different levels of cars versus aviation. No one knows any of this right now. So you might want to help them level set that expectation of how this biofuel program will be rolled out. And it starts with their tractors. It starts with their tractors.
Yep. And then you could also state that not only are you guys going to be growing your own fuel for your equipment to harvest everything, but you're also going to be growing the fuel for your kids' vehicles to get back and forth to college and back, because that tuition is going to be paid for.
Exactly.
Well, and then Amy and Mark, there's even a combine that's made out of hemp, that runs out of hemp, and can harvest hemp. So there's a machine, a full circular machine that's already in existence too. I forget the name of it. I have to look it up again, but yeah,
Right.
that makes sense.
Okay, guys, got 20 seconds.
Make sure to talk about when you mention your people, Mark, mention Hemp for the Future and Free Heritage Acres.
Okay.
The Seed to Sale team.
Okay. We got a Yahoo Golf commercial on right now.
Time insensitive announcement from Staples. Now for an unlimited time on.
Yeah, it's still going on.
It's really tinny. I think when you're talking about pumping paying for the license, that's where it's like, help me help you. I need a relationship with your government so that we can negotiate a fair license price. Every state's different.
Oklahoma is $25,000.
Dang.
10.
Wow.
See, that ain't
Got
right.
5 seconds.
Right.
5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hey, this is Mark Ford from Hemp Farmer Heroes Network. Hey, I got it right that time, right? And I want to welcome everybody back to the last part of our show. Got 15 minutes to go, and we're done. And we really want to thank everybody that was listening to us. We hit right at about, it says here our peak was we had a 6 peak, and we hit right at 1.7, 1.5 million people. We grew fast. I mean, there was a spike there for a little while, guys. We spiked, and it brought my system kind of staggered. So I had to kind of start rolling stuff over to YouTube because I was running out of space for people to listen to us. So there we go.
Wow.
That's really cool. Thank you guys for listening. This is great. But I want to go back and explain how to get a hold of us with Ford Biofuel for you farmers. I know there's farmers out there listening to you, and God bless you for doing what you do and what you've done for all your life. And we know it's a hard job. We know it's not an easy job. It's not a 40-hour-a-week job, right? I remember back in the 80s, there was a song by Alabama, and it was called a 40-hour week. And he said that, hello, Wheatfield farmer, thank you for your time. You work a 40-hour week for a living. Well, they got the number wrong because those Wheatfield farmers do not work 40 hours. It does not happen. The farming job is 24/7, guys. And these guys really work their butts off to where they have to be. So God love them, and this is what we're going to do. I need you guys to go get a pencil and paper and write this all down for me. I really want to hear from you guys. We want to hear from more farmers. Please write it down. www.fordbiofuel.com. www.fordbiofuel.com. You got to go all the way down to the bottom of the page where it says Learn More. Once you click on Learn More, it's going to bring up a Google form. And that Google form, you got to fill it out. Right? Fill it all out. Give us an idea of what you got. Give us what you need to get to, and all the contact information you have, so we all can contact you. Right? There's also, if you're a Spanish farmer, don't worry. If you have to put it in Spanish, go right ahead. I have a Spanish team also that can help you as well. But www.fordbiofuel.com is the website. Now, our office phone number in Miami is 786-786-2767. Area code 786, and the phone number is 786-2767. A pretty little girl will answer that phone for you and direct you right where you need to go. You can also reach us at 305-918-2781. 305-918-2781. And as my demographic show, I have a lot of people here in Columbia listening to me also. Hey, Columbia guys, thank you for listening. I appreciate it. Let me give you the Colombian phone number. It's 57-300-712-1734. 57-300-712-1734. Please just call the number if you're having trouble with the website, or if you just want to talk to somebody and say, hey, can you do this, can you do that, and we're the type of people to look right you in the face and say yes we can or no we cannot. Believe me, it's there. So we are that direct with what we do. Again, www.fordbiofuel.com. Scroll down to the bottom, you'll see learn here, learn more, and wham, there you go. Fill it out. We'll have that paper immediately, and I promise somebody will contact you. If not me, I'll contact you. I'm not opposed to it. The other thing we got to look at is what we're doing for American farmers. American farmers are, like I said earlier, are the hardest working people besides our military, second to none. Our military is the best military we have in the world. But our farmers are right there with them. They work just as hard, and they put as much sweat and blood into their soil as our military do. And I want to thank our farmers, and I want to thank the military as much. I mean, there's just, like I said, when I'm prior service. I'm a retired serviceman, and I love the military. I'm 100% on the military. Let me go back into one last thing for you guys here before we try to close it up here. Buystock.com. Buystock.com. Excuse me. Buystock.fordbiofuel.com. It's not www. It is buystock.fordbiofuel.com. And this is what you guys do. You go there, you can buy 100 shares, 1,000 shares, 10,000 shares, 5,000 shares, 100,000 shares, 250 million shares if you've got the jack. But it's we kept it to where people can afford it, and normal people can invest in the stock, and it's not playing the stock market. We're not on Wall Street. We're private stock. We're a penny stock. And we protect our users. We have a big fraud and financial fraud system put in place to protect our users, our investors, our stock buyers. So please go to our website and look at buystock.fordbiofuel.com. That's what you guys could do. Now, Amy, I kind of want to go through the line, and I want to talk to everybody one more time and get their last little tidbit of information, right? Put their last 2 cents in and see how it goes.
Let's do it.
So, Kim, let's hear it, man. What do you think? What is your synopsis? A synopsis about what you've heard and what you know is going on.
I'm busy. I've got to start traveling tomorrow. So it was a great call. I'm glad so many people got to hear about this opportunity, and I can't do this quickly enough. It's just too much fun.
Great. Kim, I thank you. I can't wait to see that video tomorrow when you're at the refinery. I am so excited.
I appreciate it, Mark.
I get giddy over that, man. I get so excited over that because
I know
we are so far ahead.
You have a new toy.
Dude, we are so far ahead of where we should be, right? What our business plan puts us with having that refinery ready, right? I mean, it puts us so far ahead, and that's really good for all of us. And also for our farmers, because that gives me the chance to turn that crop around faster. So that's better for me.
Right.
And if it's good for me, it's good for the farmers, and it's good for everybody else.
Well, thank you for all your support, Mark.
No,
we'll
thank you, Cam. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you, buddy. Joaquin, what you got, man? What's your synopsis of what's happening?
Oh man, where do I begin? Just that's the sheer gravity of the paradigm shift here of renewable energy resources, of utilizing this hemp plant, which has been used for thousands of years. Unfortunately, it took a hiatus here in America, but it takes leaders, movers, and shakers like all of us here that were on the phone with us today to revitalize this hemp crop and put it to good use to where it was meant to be with regards to our textiles, our plastics, and our biofuel, being able to support the farmers in that fuel aid as they grow this industrial hemp plant to help change the world. It's just truly an exciting time to be alive and being part of this group. So honored to be a part of it. And I can't wait to help keep building the future with Ford Biofuels, United, and Green Buffalo Distro. And I look forward to meeting some of the farmers out there as well, shaking some hands, and heck, I'll even drive a tractor, you know.
There you go.
It's such a great time to be alive and be a part of it. And it has a really great, morality to it too. You're really helping people, helping them live a better life. And I think that's the best part that I like to take home is it's not a punch in the clock kind of a job or a position or even an industry. It's working with your hands to help change the future, and we're all here for it.
Give me a horse and give me a shovel, and leave me alone. Right? Yep. Thomas, Stephen, what do you guys got? You going to put in your last 2 cents there?
Well, I'll let Stephen take the reins first, as always.
Yeah, thanks, Tom. Yeah, and Mark and Amy and everyone on this call. It's an inspiration to be with such people that care about the right plan with this plant, and I'm just happy to share and be a part of it, and continue to move the industry forward in a way that benefits everybody. It will be our pledge, and we're really excited about building some hemp homes down here in Puerto Rico, and you can find out some more information on Instagram and Facebook at hempfuture.io. That's hempfuture.io. And it's been a pleasure, and thank you so much.
Thomas?
So Tom here, and yeah, so I can't begin how thankful I am to be working with the individuals that I am, including everyone on this call. What we're doing is for the betterment of the others, and for the farmers to get the recognition and value that they so deserve, and also to really change the way that things are done in an environmentally way, so that we can really build this earth back to the point where it provides for us just as much as we provide for ourselves. And so I'm thankful and happy for everything that we're doing, and I know for a fact we're going to succeed in levels that we do not imagine currently. And so, I can't wait to see what the future holds, and let's get this thing rolling.
Thank you, Thomas. Thomas and Stephen, thank you so much for coming on the show with us. We really appreciate you guys taking the time out on your Sunday to spend with us and all the people that are listening with us.
And we thank you for bringing us on, Mark.
Absolutely.
Couldn't be happier.
Oh, great. Cedric, where you at, buddy? What you got for us? Any last bits of wisdom? Maybe no.
Maybe we get back to Cedric.
Maybe, yeah. Hey, Doc, are you there?
Yep, I'm still here.
You want to give a little last bit of wisdom there?
Well, I mean, I'm hoping that at least for Camden, Arkansas, this is a shot in the arm for our economy after IT left the area and everything. And so, I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing how this works out and what comes down to it. And maybe Camden can be an example and showcase to everybody else of what it takes if you got the farmland and everything else. And our rules are a little bit different. So even from what I understand, even if you wanted to do it as a side thing, just grow this in your backyard on your patio, throw it in a solo cup or something like that. If you can grow it, you can sell it, you can make some cash.
Super. Well, guys, I gotta thank you all. Amy is last but not least.
Well, thank you, sir. I just want to say that, it really does take a team. It takes a massive team to do what we're doing. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to serve along your side. And everybody on the phone serves with a servant heart. And so this is a team you can count on if you're a farmer. And if you're a service, you know that, or you might know, but you'll soon know that you will be impacted by our program in some way, shape, or form. So thank you for listening. And we hope that we've enrolled you at some level to inspire you to share what's going on, because we are truly in a transformative state here in America, and much is needed, and we need your help.
Amy, thank you for your time. Thank you for coming on the radio with us. Guys, I appreciate all your time. Farmers, thank you so much for listening. Again, go to www.fordbiofuel.com. Scroll down to the bottom, click on Learn More, and fill out the form for us. If you want to buy stock, it's buystock.fordbiofuel.com. Buystock.fordbiofuel.com. And, I'm going to go ahead and send it back over to WCKY, and we'll just sign off and hopefully hear from you guys or come back in a week. Have a great night. Have a great weekend. And God bless all of you. Bye-bye.
Bye now.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye now.
Here we go.
Turn it up.
Turn it up.
Thank you, guys.
You guys
Thank
liked
you for
it?
your
How do you guys like that? You like that all?